the organization of the patterns has been a little overwhelming, and it's taken me more than a day, and I'm not done. I had to take a break. I did get these little alphabet things on there, and these are little stickers that I bought at Michael's, and I did 2 letters per magazine holder. And I think, like I mentioned the other day, these magazine holders came from IKEA, and they are on clearance now for $3.99, and they're very sturdy. I have more patterns than I thought. For some of the alphabets, it works great. The K and L bin is already full because I have a ton of Kathy Barrick and Liz Matthews. So now what I need to decide is if, and I have extras. I actually bought like 26 of these. I didn't want all of my bookshelves, though, just to be magazine holders. I may switch this out or change it up a little bit. Still use the magazine holders, but in like the Teresa Kogut's or the Plum Streets or the Brenda Gervais, the Kathy Barricks, they may have their individual one instead of trying to put them in the magazine holders with a whole bunch of other charts. I am not going to turn you around. I'm actually going to pause for a second and go over to the other side of the room and show you how I used to have all of them organized. Sorry, I got a new phone and I have to learn where the camera is. So this is how I have been storing my patterns for the last 3 years. One of the problems is I kept having to add these scrapbook holders. And it worked great when I stitched seasonally because that's how I had them sorted. And then I had some that, like Craft Room, were patterns that I wanted to stitch and put in here. At one point, believe it or not, this was all the samplers I owned. Fit right in there. That is not the case anymore. And then I started, and I'm going to back up, and yes, you're going to see the mess, but hey, full disclosure, honesty. Then I started adding more bins. That has Hands on Design, Plum Street, Brenda Gervais, etc. There's lots more patterns. And it got to the point where I wasn't stitching seasonally anymore. I wasn't stitching smalls. I was starting to collect a lot of patterns from certain designers, and this wasn't working anymore. And then as I bought them, they would just stack up. I wouldn't put them anywhere. They were just piling and piling and piling on my desk. Some people, my husband would say, stop buying patterns. That's ridiculous. So I'm going to slowly turn y'all around and show you again. So that's what I'm doing so far. And I'll be back in a second to show you what else I've bought to help organize in this area. So the next thing that I have ordered are these library cards from Amazon. And they come 120 in a packet, and they come even with a little sleeve. So then what I want to do is attach them, if I can show you. I want to attach them to the side of these magazine holders. Sorry guys, this new phone is just, and then I can put the designers that are in each bin. Yes, I know that there's A's and B's, but then what designers are in each bin? Like Annie B's Folk Art. And I know that Annie B's is in here, and RETM is in there. But that's my next step. Not put every pattern, but just the designers that are on these cards. And I'm going to have my daughter put the link for the Amazon shop, my Amazon shop, and what these are. They were relatively inexpensive for the 120. But that's the next step, is to put those on the side of each of these magazine holders. As you can see, they're really sturdy, they're really nice, and they're a really good size. So I'm gonna keep going. with this method right now for the patterns. And full disclosure, just because I showed y'all the other day, I actually have gotten quite a bit off of my desk. But yes, I'm going to keep spinning, you guys. That box down there is full of patterns I still have to put away as well. I know. But tell me what you guys think. I'd love to hear other thoughts and ideas on how you guys organize.